So I'm procrastinating a little bit, but I went ahead and I pulled this panel, pulled the insulation out. Everything's actually looking pretty good here. So I got to looking at it. There's a screw here that tells me that's the outside flashing. And then here's the first flat spot, and here's the second flat spot. So I kind of put the outlet cover up in here to trace. And what I'm going to probably do is start small and just take my Dremel and just cut this little square out and just keep test fitting everything until I get it right. And I'll fasten that cover to this 2x4 here. And what that'll do is that'll allow for me to put that outlet right in this area here, and I can probably go to Harbor Freight and get one of their little metal welding tables and just put it in this corner here. That way I've got the metal wall, I got concrete and cement blocks to where I can just make me a little welding spot here. As for now, for me to weld anything, I have to dig out my generator set. And yeah, it's just a lot of hassle to where if I put this outlet in here, then I can just take the welder out there and plug it in and go for it. Looking on this side down here, there are some knockouts on the power panel, but before you pull this, you want to go over and disconnect it from here. And if you've got people around that may come over and turn that back on, you may even want to put you a little lock down there until you've got the outlet and everything installed. The other thing you want to do when you're adding a circuit to your panel is kind of look at the loading you have. Now I've got 220 coming into this panel, so there's 2 legs, okay? And on this leg I'm running an air conditioner, the shop compressor, and then the power outlets on the back wall. On this leg I'm running a 220 amp outlet, which I never use. It's actually turned off right now. And then basically the shop lights, the outside lights, and the overhead quad, which I use up there for like the power reel. So based on my current loading, I'm going to use position 13, which is right here, to add another 20 amp breaker, which I have. And then basically we'll just add that 20 amp. We'll come out over to the side here and over to the box. So that's going to be a very short run. Be I think perfect for the welder outlet outside. All right, a little bit of trial and error with the Dremel, but yeah, I think we got that. Now this will actually be installed for the back side, so but I wanted to get these holes lined up for the screws that's got to go through there. But yeah, so the outside cover will go right here. I got it pretty well centered, so that should work. Well, it's the next day. This part was challenging, but I got it in there. Them 2 screws have to line up with the box that's on the other side of this wall, and it's just me. So yeah, I had to do a little finagling. So I had to sort of wedge this in so I could get the screws to line up from the outside, but it's nice and solid now, so that ain't going nowhere. Next step, obviously wiring. But before I get to the wiring, that white outlet that's on the right below the window over there, I'm going to run an extension cord from there in for this freezer. That's the only critical thing I've got in here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to run into as far as how long it's going to take me to wire that outlet in, and I just want to have a backup plan to keep that cold. Well, shoot, I'm just a little over 100 feet, and I came up 3 foot short, so I made me a 3 foot extension. That way I can power the freezer, but I'm going to go procrastinate now for a little while. All right, procrastination's over. The shop is off. All right, it's been about 6 years since we've been in here. Yeah, I did all this, so it's been working just fine. So we're going to add this other breaker now. Fairly simple to do, but first I want to get this wire in. Well, that took a little longer than expected. I had to go find one of these, which I had one. That way the wire's not rubbing up against the metal case. And I had to use a right angle bit to drill that hole the wire's going through. And I will have to notch the wall panel right there, no biggie. But got a 30 amp installed. Everything's nice and clean still. So yeah, it all right, we got that far. No sparky. Yeah, I had to pull it apart again because my tester is telling me I don't have a ground. And I've checked all the wiring, and the only thing it could be is I got a bad outlet. Let me cut the power and dig into this a little bit further. Just to confirm it's not my tester. That's what it should look like. I either got a bad outlet. I'll have to check it here and see what's going on. Rookie mistake. But that's why you got testers. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Alright, it was a wiring misstep on my part. And let me get this thing put back together now. You know, installing that outlet took way longer than it should have. But it's on there. It's wired correctly now. So, yeah, that ain't going nowhere. That's actually a ground cable too. But yeah, that took way longer than what I thought. So I guess the project tomorrow is putting everything back where it belongs. Thanks for watching.